Welcome to our Snark chat. We have a very special guest with us tonight, and we're going to show you a little sneak preview of what we're going to see here. Oops, there's somebody coming. Where is it? Right here. Why is it not playing any sound? Okay, well, we don't have sound apparently for this, but we can see he's very dramatic.
Well, there he is.
Yes, he's doing his drama. This man has the greatest neck muscles of any human because he has to lie in a bed and yell at people.
Oh, you need some of that. All right. Well, we
I
get
will.
the
Okay, we get the idea.
we
All
tried.
right. We
All
did
right.
try. Let me unshare my screen and come back to you guys. And I am going to let people in. One moment, please.
Yes, including.
Here comes Amy first.
Okay.
And David, you want to introduce him before I let him in or as I let him in?
Let him in.
Yeah. Okay, I'm letting him in. Alrighty.
Well, he should be here any minute, right? Here he goes.
He is in. He's just muted, and he's probably waiting for his big review.
Okay, so I'll introduce him. Without further ado, you all know him from, of course, General Hospital, because it's a General Hospital Snark chat. Here is Nathanyael Grey, our Mason Gatlin.
Woo, 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 woo. We're going to pin you so we can see you.
The Lollipop Man.
I got to fix the microphone. Is that better?
Yeah, oh, he's not great.
There we go. I hear you.
Do you see everybody there?
Oh, I was going to let you see everybody before I pinned you, but they've all got their they've all got their. Let me unpin you so you can see, because this was they've all prepared for this.
Well, we screwed this up, so here goes. Nice start to the hour.
Oh, David, remove pin. There we go. Okay, everybody, show him your declines.
You're kidding me.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Love it.
Well, you are the Lollipop Man.
You are the Lollipop.
You go down in history, or Jack, as a lot of people have referred to you. There are many names for you, and they're all endearing. Which is
let me pin you guys again so that everybody can see Nathanyael. There we go. Alrighty. Welcome, Nathanyael.
Thank you.
Welcome to this crazy bunch. And of course, you're coming in at a time where they just wrote you off.
For now.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
They left the door open. They totally left that door open.
Yeah. Well, I've been there a lot longer than I ever thought I would. So I was only hired for 3 episodes, but I've been there like over a year now. So I guess they liked my my Maniac Mason, because my character's got serious anger issues. He's like evil Kojak with that lollipop.
Oh,
I believe we may have used that term a couple of times on our page.
Lollipop, yeah.
Was the lollipop your idea, Nathan?
No, I like to snack on set, and I think that the people at General Hospital pay a lot of attention, like to how you talk or whatever. When a character is created, the way, like they write it, they have their idea of what they want to do, but we're really steering the car. So however we play it, they start to write it along those lines. And I guess people saw that I'm a snacker, and Frank liked the beats I took with food. So somebody made a Telly Savalas joke once, and it must have got all the way to the top, and they just gave me a lollipop. That just became my thing. It's still a mystery, but the writer's room, I think they were fans of Kojak, or they just liked making me get cavities. No, I'm not sure.
It's great. You're the only person I ever see, like, got the lollipop. You eat a lot when you're in a scene, which is a hard thing to do. But no, it's great. So how did 3 days turn into, gosh, what, a year and a half?
Yeah. I don't know. On my 4th episode, I had done a beat where I was eating Fritos, and I'd never met the showrunner, Frank. I love Frank. Frank's hilarious. Frank just came down and he's like, "Hello, I have not met you. I am the showrunner. The beat you just took with the bag of chips, I wrote that. It's exactly how You're a great actor. I wanna use you for more than just this story. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with you." And then he just walked off. And I was like, I don't know what that means. So everybody was like, if Frank said he wants to use you, he's gonna use you. I was like, okay. Funny though. Frank has like the greatest ears. When I was doing the fight scene with Evan by the car with Ava, I had asked the question about what we were going to do at this one point. I said, well, if the powers that be, say it's okay. And then all of a sudden I hear, the powers that be are here. And it's just Frank just walked out of the back. I was like, is it good, boss? He's like, yes, do that. Go full crazy. And he just walked off again. I love Frank.
Yeah,
Frank's
I've
the
met
best.
Frank. He's very droll.
He's got the best monotone delivery. He's hilarious because you never can tell if he's messing with you or serious. I think he does it on purpose, but I love that about him.
Probably he runs a tight ship there. He's
the best.
He's to be
He's the
commended.
best.
Yeah.
I love
So
Frank.
one of our patrons asked the question, how did you get this gig? Were you called in for an audition, or were you found in the parking lot? I mean,
No. It was weird. It was weird. I had just done. I do acting like as a hobby. I've done it a long time, but I don't take it that serious. I take acting seriously, but not like the job of acting. And I had just done Law and Order, and me and that rep who wanted to sign me, we didn't really agree. So we parted ways. And like 2 weeks later, I had read with a buddy of mine for Yellowstone, and his manager heard my voice and wanted to know who I was. So she looked at my reel and then she signed me. And like the next day, I was auditioning for some 52-year-old man on General Hospital. I was like, I'm not going to book this. But it read like Mike from Breaking Bad. So I just performed it like Mike would from Breaking Bad. And then they hired me and rewrote the character.
there you
That's
go.
it. Like that, I got there by fluke. I did one take. I just sent the tape in. I had no idea. I was like, they're never going to hire me. And there you go.
We hear that a lot. That it's the one you're like, you go home, you're like, yeah, well, that was a waste, or I'm not going to get that, and that's always the one you book.
Yeah.
Because it's you don't hinge everything on it. I think a lot of actors.
I think I'm blessed. I work a lot because I don't really care. Like, I know it sounds counterproductive, but what I mean is like I do it literally for the love of the scene, and I don't really worry about it. Like, I'll just do a take and just forget about it. I just do the best I can in that moment to make it as real as possible, and then I just move on. I don't hinge anything on an acting career. It's a hobby, and because of that, I have been lucky enough to continually work. And of all the jobs I've ever done, the GH is the best. And I saw somebody ask me a question, am I related to Michael Wincott? No, but I love Michael Wincott. And here's a true story. If you all saw The Crow, remember the Asian woman that played his sister? That's Bai Ling. I met her at a house party, and she said I reminded her of Michael Wincott.
Wow.
So I will take it as a compliment.
You should. Well, you have a great look. Now, I've seen you in other things, and this is the first thing I've seen you in where your head is shaved. Was that come in that way?
I had booked a job to do a movie in Texas where they wanted me to play a skinhead. They paid me to shave my head. And then because of COVID, the movie got canceled twice. And then I booked Law and Order bald. And then I booked General Hospital bald. And then I asked them, so can I grow my hair back? No. So, okay. So this has been me. I'm very aerodynamic. It's okay. Apparently I still look all right bald. I just think I look mean.
It works. It
It does work.
It works. Leanne, any other questions in the chat?
Yeah, we've got people saying, what's it like working with Roger and Mora? We love them.
Okay. They're both very, very different personalities and both wonderful in their own. Like, I had never watched Soaps. So to be completely honest, I had no idea exactly how big of stars they were. You know what I mean? I had I just my first day, I'm on the boat, I meet Roger, and this is Roger. Roger walks up. Hi, how are you? Does anybody know who this guy is to me? No? Who do you think you are to me? I don't know. Okay, creepy henchman guy. We'll do that. Let's just play. So we do our thing, we play, and then we go out for a smoke break. And Roger's telling me about New York, and he's asking, how long I've been doing it. Then we go back in and we finish off the next episode. And then I come back. And then Roger's like, hey, everybody, you got to see this guy without his mask on. Listen to his voice. Do it. So I do the scene, take off the mask, and Roger's like, hey, everybody, this is anyone know who he is yet? No? In the scene, it says it's my cousin. Is that real? Is it not real? He's like very Zen comedy. Like his timing he's really like that, because we'll interview, or we'll like rehearse, and he'll just have these quips that'll just happen in the middle, and he hits you with them. So he always keeps it fresh. Then there's Maura, the super thespian. Maura couldn't deliver a line badly if her life depended on it. Every time Maura delivers a line, it sounds exactly the way you imagine it should have sounded. She sticks the landing every time. Both of them are consummate professionals, extremely relaxed. Everyone really at GH is truly a gem to work with. It's like, imagine high school drama class, but we make a real show. Because like, when you get there, the Emmy nominees are on a piece of paper printed from a fax machine taped to a door. It's so relaxed. You know what I mean? It's the most chill set I've ever been on. Like the stage manager's been there 25 years. That's like his house. So Roger's very, in his jammies when he gets to work. He's like, hey, how you doing? And Maura will show up, and you can tell she just drove in traffic, and she's like, good morning, everyone. And then she gets in her Ava regalia, and she's all just 12 cylinders ready to rock. It's a joy watching them. And I had no idea how to act in soaps until I watched them. I was no clue. So
it is quite a different pace than anything else you've done, I bet.
Oh yeah. My first day on set, I thought I was going to get fired because, in soaps, the cliffhanger where they do the cut, I just kept doing the theme like you do on a regular TV show or a movie, and they were like, Nathan, stop. What? They were like, cut 2 means 5 seconds. I was like, what? I just stare at him? So I'm like, what do we do? Don't blink. Don't blink. Don't blink. It was, here's something. This is true. You guys want something on Roger? True story. Roger, I had learned to stare from watching Mo, but Roger explained it. He said, this is the soap opera look at the end of a scene. Did you pass gas? Did I pass gas? Was there gas? And that's how you do it. I'm like, okay, bro. He's like, trade secrets. And he just walked off. I was like, all right, that's Roger.
Oh my gosh, that is a fantastic story. Someone in the chat said, this is Bruce is one of our resident hilarious people. They all are, but Bruce has really wild ideas. Like, why doesn't Mason take over Cyrus's Bible study group at Bentonville?
We're gathered here today to talk about sugar, the benefits of sugar, why God gave us sugar. Yeah.
Hey, so tell us about Jeff, working with Jeff Kober.
Neil Young? That's what I call it.
Yeah, right on.
No, man, he'd be playing the harmonica in the hallway, and it sounds amazing. I was like going down the hall, and he's just in his room. I was like, okay, Neil Young. He's a sweetheart. Just totally chill. He's like that hippie professor that, you could tell used to be like, like a real Hell's Angel type person, and then just totally became like, hey man, I want to plant a garden. Jeff is like the sweetest guy. And then he yells at you in a scene, and it's terrifying because it comes out of complete nowhere. He'll show up and he's just like, hi, how are you? It's so good to see you. Okay, we'll run it. And then he's doing the lines, and he's like, I don't know, and then screams at you at the top of his. You're like, whoa, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Did you wait all day for that? In the bed, no lie. When he yelled at me and I jumped, that was real because I had no idea he was going to do it in his octave. I looked at the sound guy when they cut that. I was like, are you deaf? Because I almost died in the hospital.
Speaking of you being in the bed, Leanne, tell him what you just told us before he came in about the scene with TJ that we saw.
So one of the worst things I think that a soap actor might have to go through is to lie in a hospital bed and deliver lines, because they always make you lift your neck up like this. And I'm like, Nathanyael's got to have the strongest neck muscles in television to have delivered all those lines with his head at a really awful angle.
I have a lot of experience lounging on my couch playing video games, so I'm used to the tilt. No, honestly, I think of all the scenes, the ones laying down were the best for me because I didn't have to do any blocking.
Right, true.
It was so easy. I could just like with the TJ scene. Oh, it was so great when we were working on it, because this is the moment he's gonna know it was me who did it to him. And I'm like, should we play it like I want to get caught? I mean, so we did. I used it's like I wanted to tell him. But we needed, I was like, I need you to get angry and it needs to be justifiable. He's like, yeah. But like, I can't understand why I don't just eat you to death in the bed. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be mad disrespectful. I'm going to be like so stupid. I'm just going to just do it. Like, you run your lines and I'm at some point going to flip out on you. And here's the funniest part. We were so into that scene, we screwed up the dialogue and did it out of order, and they didn't cut it. They literally were like, okay. And I said, I'm sorry, we did that out of order, didn't we? And they're like, it's cool, we'll cut around it. That was perfect. So yeah, no, we really got into that scene. It was a lot of fun. Taj, he's great. He's great.
He's my favorite TJ. That brings up a good point, because we often joke about General Hospital and sort of the lack of consistency and lack of continuity. Back in the old days when soaps had big budgets, they used to have a continuity person who would come on set and say, no, you can't do that. That didn't happen. Or no, it didn't happen this way. They don't have that anymore. So it's up to the writers and sometimes the actors who play these parts for years to sort of be, remind people like, well, no, this character never did that, or that character never said that. How is it for you? Because I know for a lot of us, this was one of the more frustrating storylines because it took a long time to reveal what was going on.
I am
kind of felt made up at times.
Yeah, I'm a major continuity freak. Like, if you watch all my scenes in order, minus the rewrites, the arc has stayed intact. My character has anger issues. I maintain this. I asked a billion questions. Like, I needed to know to try to make it work. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know that was really my cousin until like episode 6. We didn't know who the boss was at all until they finally decided it was Cyrus.
Well, it had been introduced as a woman.
Right. But we never knew who it possibly could have been. We were like, so is it like someone that people would know? Is it like a super bad guy? And Roger made a good point. He's like, if you're threatening people that it's Godzilla, right?
You never have Godzilla.
Then you come with a certain amount of If it's Bigfoot, it's a little less scary. So is it Godzilla or is it like Olivia Jerome? Like, what's it going to be? And they're, I don't know. I don't know. They don't tell us anything. I was like, okay, cool. So I said, it's Kaiser Soze.
There
Dr.
you
Claw.
go. There you go.
It's Dr. Claw. I don't know.
One
And
of the
after all that buildup, it's the boss of a trucking company. Hey, international. Hey, man. Cyrus wants to be Jimmy Hoffa.
one of the
So as
funniest,
far as the continuity goes, get back to your question. It's difficult. But I'm not in a. My character was not in a position. I think what was happening was there were so many other storylines going on, and I think that certain storylines end up kind of in a loop, like generating, and then they'll take off when they're ready to go. So we had to get rid of the BLQ Link storyline. We had to, get these other things out of the way, and then it was like, okay, now let's push this one. So we were just generating. I had the same conversation for about a year and did everything I could to make it as interesting as possible. And I couldn't do it if I didn't pay attention to the fans and what they like and dislike in the show so that I could try to play those little nuances to give my characters some life. So I think I did a good enough job as they kept me around a while. But I really could only thank all of you guys for your reviews and when you guys talk about things, because then that's how I learned what you would want. So truthfully, thank every one of you for me being able to play the role at all. However, if they change something, they do not care. So I'll give you an example. If you remember correctly, I was nice to everyone except Austin.
Right.
And then, I was nice to Brittany. I was nice to Gladys. I was always a gentleman. They would even tell me, be charming. Then the Olivia scene happened. That was a total, I was like, really? This is totally out of character. I just thought it'd be fun to throw Mason in that scene. Okay. I'm gonna manhandle Olivia, and I'm never gonna live this down. And that was it. That's what happened. That ruined me right there. One drunk night in a dive bar, I'll never be forgiven. So continuity wise, the only thing I could do is rage. Still have the temper that I had from the Quartermain picnic. I treated her the way I would treat Roger. I'm laughing at her arguing with me. You know what I mean? That's to try to maintain the arc, even though the character's behavior completely contradicted everything I had done before.
right. And that's your job as an actor, and I commend you for it, because I don't think there was ever a point where I thought, oh, Mason's on, how boring. You were always eyes were glued to the screen when you were on. And of course, we've got a lot of Roger fans here. Jewel, our number one Roger fan, who just, you were thrown into the deep end and you didn't know it, because you were working with some of the best actors in the business. And how was that for you? This whole thing, have you ever had this sort of like reaction and fan interaction on other shows you've done? Or is it
I usually don't do interviews or interact like that. Like I did a screening for a movie I did once, and that was really weird for me. I'm trying to. A director I know asked me for Father's Day. He was like, it was his Father's Day. He said, "You want to give a father his present on Father's Day?" I said, "Yeah, what's that?" He said, "Can you try this time? Like to actually be an actor? Can you try?" I was like, "Sure. All right, I'll play the game. We'll do it, because I don't find myself that interesting, and I don't promote myself and things like that. I do it I love movies and I love TV shows and I love the craft of acting, but it's not work. It's an art. It's a privilege to do. But I do it for you. I do it for the crew. I don't do it for me. I want the crew to be entertained. I want the audience to be engaged. If my job is to make you hate me, I'm going to make you hate me. That's what I go hard or go home. That's my job. I got thick skin. You can't hurt my feelings, So I found it actually a lot of fun interacting with the fans and joking back and forth, because my character's a scumbag. I can't defend him. You got to be kidding. So, but I don't get intimidated by the caliber of the person. I love good acting, but I go hard all the time. So for me, I want to keep up, so I give everything I have to the scene so that they have everything to play off of. Because the way I was trained, it's about listening and responding. So we got Roger, who's so natural in what he does, and I came at Roger harder than I think he anticipated. The first time we worked, he was like, "Whoa, okay," but then we play tennis. Mara's always, like Andre Agassi playing tennis. She's going to town. So that was always a lot of fun with me and her. And it was the same thing with Taj. It was the same thing with Dante. Like anybody I worked with, I give them 180% of my commitment and everything else. Just like with Jeff, and try to feed them everything they need to have a good, moment. And if we did anything that was good and the fans liked it, then we did our job. And for everyone that liked what I did, hey, thank you, because I did the best I could for all of you.
Well, you did do your job, because one of the big things about soaps is we couldn't see you enough. We wanted to know more about you. We wanted to know what's his backstory, where is he coming from, and it's like, so I mean, that's a real plus, your favor. We wanted to see more of Mason. And I mean, everybody in the group here knows, everybody on Facebook knows, on our page, that I was like, I want to see him redeemed. I want to see him be like this anti-hero and have a romance and all that, because it's like, it's like, you're a great character actor, but I also see you as a leading man, and I want that. So maybe I'll whisper to Frank, here's an idea.
It's like I don't know about me. Bald right now is kind of limited. I'm Italian, but you shave my head. I mean, I'm pretty limited in what I could play. And the way they wrote Mason, it's going to be a hell of a redemption arc, because I've seen people go, pair him with Esme, pair him with Maxie. I'm like, guys, really?
Settle down, everybody.
Beat him up. Like, why would you wish that on Esme? Why would you wish that on Maxie? Can you imagine Mason with stepkids?
Oh my gosh. But Nathan,
yeah,
I want to say this though, because General Hospital is really good at creating the antagonist, the bad person, so that they're really annoying and we don't like to watch them. An example, which you didn't watch the show, but for my viewers, would be the original Esme, who was, there just wasn't, it didn't feel right. It felt like the whole thing was so contrived and so everything. Not that Avery acted it that way, but the way it was written, it was just way too over the top. You took this character, which could have been really annoying to have on scene. And it could have been the audience going, oh God, not this guy again. But it wasn't that way. It was, what is he going to do now? Because he's interesting and we don't know that much about him. And you played it so authentically, that it felt right. And believe me, we're in the business here at General Hospital of snarking the heck out of people. And if you were to go back and look over the years that, the year you were in, the times I snarked you, I didn't snark you like the other people, because it was harder. You weren't very snarkable because you were so good. So a lot of people are asking about your voice, and I have a question too. Are you a singer?
God, I wish. No. Interesting story how this happened. I didn't used to sound like this. I had a very light voice. In the golden age of Hollywood, I heard this story. When they had a man that they wanted to be a leading man, but he had a higher voice, they wanted him to have a baritone. They would take him up to the Hollywood Hills in the middle of the night, dump cold water on him, and have him scream at the top of his lungs and burst his vocal cords. Now, I grew up in San Bernardino, California. It gets cold out there. And one night it was raining. We were at the bar. I used to play in a pool league, and we were packed. I don't remember, it was Memorial Day weekend or something. And I had to be 24, 23, 24 years old. And we were yelling back and forth, like just across the bar, me and my buddies. And the next day I woke up and I sounded like this. Within 3 days, when it came back, I sounded like this. It was like I had laryngitis without getting sick. So what people believe is that night it was so cold that I hurt my vocal cords. But It worked because I do pretty good Al Pacino impressions now.
As long as it doesn't hurt, it's okay.
No. Like, it's funny, for one of the interviews, when I got back into the business, like I want to do voiceovers, like I really like audiobooks.
Oh, yeah.
But I had got asked to do Lord of the Rings, and everybody wanted me to do like a wizard or something. I said, no, I'll do Gollum.
Yeah.
And nobody believed that I could do it, but I really can.
Oh, yeah.
Like, legitimately. And
Well, you just set yourself up. Now you have to do it.
North Island, Southfield, Brown, Armstrong, Peniel, Leighton, and Burden, and Booth. Enough.
We just got a comment, phenomenal, and it is.
Hey, I listen to audiobooks all the time. I would
Same.
totally listen to you.
I want to do audiobooks like so bad. I really do. I really do.
All right, a moment of business here. I have a friend who casts audio.
Any day,
jobs.
I'm down.
I will hook you up when we're offline to him, Andy.
For sure. You just let him know I'm down.
Yeah,
I've done some audio, but I would love to, like, for real. Like, I listen to the guys who do like the Lincoln Lawyer books. Oh my God, the guy's so good. Yeah. And I just want to do like an ensemble cast vocal. I just want to do that. Like I said, I don't do this for the look at me. I do it for the fun of it. Like, I can say, I got to work with Roger. I got to work with Maura. You know what I mean? I get to say that I've worked with legends in that, and in the opinions of everybody. Did I keep up?
Totally. Everybody is nodding. Yep.
So that proved that I've always gotten good reviews for my work, but that meant the most because this time I felt like I earned the praise that I got. It wasn't just like people that were friends of mine. It was like the most diehard and hardest to please people are the ones who go online and talk about General Hospital or Days of Our Lives. Like, they're the hardest to please. And if I made y'all happy, I must have done a good job. And that's all I cared about. Well, I think the greatest thing, I got Performer of the Week when I did the scene with Maura, and I didn't even know what to do with myself. I was just like, whoa. Like, I didn't even leave the house. I was like, that's too much. It was weird. But thank all of you, like, literally. Like, I really did want you all to enjoy it, and I worked really hard for that.
And, again, I think the beauty of soap operas is you get that feedback. You get that sort of real-time praise, or, if they don't like it, And I mean, it's such a hard genre, and for you to master it so quickly, and like I said, wanting everyone to see more of you and find out your backstory and give you a storyline. I mean, that's testament to your skills. There was a question in the chat. You call your acting a hobby. So somebody was asking, what's your day job?
I used to crack safes for a living. I was a bartender who designed drinks for a long time, but I own some pieces of some businesses, and I'm launching a skincare thing. I just turned 43, but I think I've aged pretty well. So it's like a salicylic acid and things like that. I'm launching a brand like that, but before that, I was just trying to open up a donut shop in a bar. You know what I mean? Just keep it simple. I've worked a lot and I've made good money since I was a kid. I was an actor when I was 13. I did the first Rice Krispie treat commercial. Made pretty good money when I was a kid. But I quit the business. I have Mickey Rourke syndrome. Like, some of the greatest actors I've ever seen are not given credit, and then they give credit to actors that are just not that talented, and that bothered me when I was a kid, and I just kind of lost interest, because they didn't care if you could play the role. Like, I remember I read with Kirk Cameron for the Kirk Cameron show to play his little brother, got all the way to the last call, but I'm a foot taller than the guy, so I can't do that. And I've looked the same since I was like 19, but for pretty much a long time. I just started getting gray hair. It just didn't work for me as a kid. Now it's working really well for me now, but apparently I had to shave my head to get a lot of jobs. So it's not about your comfort zone or anything else. It's we just play make believe for a living. And I realized that if I didn't take it serious and I just cared about the work of it, the love of it, because I don't know anybody who loves movies as much as me, I might work more doing what I respect, and it has worked that way. I just have a checklist of people I want to work with, and I look to my hero, Mickey Rourke, as a list of things not to do. Like,
Good. That is a good thing to learn.
yeah, because the guy was so good, and he still is. But you can't piss off everybody forever. And I'm not an arrogant person. I'm nothing like my character. I'm a very, very humble person. I'm a very chill person. I feel like I said it disrespectfully when I say it like I treat it as a hobby. That's for me, because if it feels like work, it won't be fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Sorry,
speaking of movie fans, I'm a big movie fan. I'm one of the few people I know who still collects physical media. I
have 5,000 DVDs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're close.
Oh, we're going to have movie night at Nathaniel's house, everyone.
Are you a big...
What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie?
Oh, well, see, that's hard to say because you have to like specify like genre.
We could do it that way, but you're personal. If it was you were going to die and you could watch one movie before you go, what would it be?
Oh, there's an odd choice. Purple Noon.
That is an odd choice. Okay.
I've never even heard of it.
It's Alain Delon, and it's basically Talented Mr. Ripley before they did the American version of it. But I'm a big Criterion collection.
Oh yeah, mine would be The Fisher King.
Oh,
excellent choice.
Great movie.
Yeah. That's
okay.
All right, we'll talk more.
One of the questions in the chat was, since you were hanging out on set, was there anyone in the General Hospital cast you wish you could have had a scene with, or like more scenes with someone?
I wanted to do a scene with Mo.
That would have been epic.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. He is such a sweetheart. I love him so much. He's so nice. And it's a privilege just to be able to walk by and Maurice like, hey, buddy. And actually, I was like, hey, he acknowledged me. That's great. Cody and me have been friends since day one. We were hired on the same day. I wish I would have got to do a scene with Cody. That's my buddy. I'm glad I got to do, the scenes that I did with everybody I did. It was always a privilege. But, man, I'm going to go hard on Mo. I would have just pulled out all the stops. I would have just gone after Sonny Corinthos because I want to see classic 1997 Sonny come out and be like, oh, I know you ain't trying to, stage me, boy.
That would have been epic.
And it would have made so much sense because he was part of your storyline.
Yes.
I
want it because I respect him as an actor so much and I love what he does. But I play things different and I would just love to do that, even if I end up on a meat hook. It's worth it.
How committed are you to your character? I'd be on a meat hook.
Look, you know what? I'll be honest. Like, I remember I said to Frank one time, I was like, so am I dead yet? And he's like, man, you were supposed to be dead 3 months ago.
Yep.
Like when I found out I got shot, I was like, did Ava do it? That'd be great. Let Ava finally shoot me. No, I'm not going to tell you who does it. Then I found out it was Dante. And I was like, man, you know you mad, Maura. She was like, I want to hit Mason with a shoe. I want to just shove that lollipop in his eye.
Well,
You know?
the day that was really frightening for everybody was the day, and they did it. They showed it as a flashback. Was the day when we thought Austin was going to smother you with that pillow, and then it sort of fast forwarded to he and TJ at the bar, and they're like, "Okay, what happened?"
Yeah, that was a fun scene. That was a fun scene. That was me and Roger's last scene. That was the last thing we did together. Yeah. That was good.
Can you one of our members in the chat asked, can you compare like your acting style sort of compared to the other actors? Because everybody's got their own sort of acting style. About Roger and Mora and a little bit of Mo.
Yeah. I haven't worked with Mo directly, so I can't speak on that, but I know that Mo is a very movie-like method style. Roger comes from, and this is just my opinion, Roger comes from the character's point of view. That's where his style comes from. He is about the motivation behind the line. All right. Maura is about the energy in the scene. Maura doesn't care if you do a rewrite and today I'm a totally different human. Maura will play it on the spot right there, that way. It's what is the momentum of this scene? That's where she draws it from, because I've done scenes with both of them. And I've seen when they rehearse it, the way Maura's going about it and the way Roger's kind of like floating through it. Mine's the tempo thing. So, like how I got the job. When I read the audition, it was Mike Ehrmantraut. So I did it at Mike's pace, and then I built it from there. So if I do a scene and the scene reminds me of a scene from The Big Kahuna with Danny DeVito, I'm going to be Danny DeVito at the start of this scene and listen to you and respond to you and let that take us wherever we go. So I'm a jazz player. Right. I don't know where I'm going. I just know, well, my belief of what film is the space between a handshake. See, if me and you were talking on the phone, okay, true cinema is the things you're not supposed to see, like the movie Cinema Paradiso, the things you're not supposed to see. Me and Roger having a moment is between me and Roger. It's not for anybody else. So that has to be real. No matter what our bullshit is, we say, we have to believe our bullshit. So the only way I can do that for myself is this sounds like this scene in this movie that I loved. So I want to play those notes and then throw it at you. And how you throw it back at me, now we're playing jazz and we'll find it. So me and Roger didn't really rehearse. We, like, after a while, we never did. We just knew, I know my lines, he knew his lines, and we find it in the moment.
Oh, that trust.
Maura likes to explore it. So when I do it with Maura, you know, I mean, Maura's a pro. I'm just there to support Maura, you know, and play with her. But the funniest thing about Maura, she's sneaky. Because she has an idea, and then the moment the camera's rolling, she'll do something completely different. You know, like, really? So the scene in the car when she decided to flirt with me, she made that up in the car. So in that moment, I decided that this is the moment I'm going to get angry with you then, because do you really think I'm that stupid? I drove you all the way to a cliff. You think you could talk your way out of this after talking this much trash to me for months? So I had looked at Frank and go, do you want me to go full psycho? Yes.
Yes.
So that's what we did. And I guess that would be the acting style. Like, some of them are Meisner, some of them are Stanislavski, but a lot of them are really dialogue character-driven actors.
Wonderful. And also, can I just have you just come on every now and then to do Frank impersonations? Because that has almost been my favorite part of this whole thing.
It's dead on. I've met Frank. It's dead on.
Frank really is that guy. Frank really is that guy. Yeah, no, that's wonderful. I would absolutely love to see that.
Nathaniel, do you have any other projects lined up or anything in the works? that we
I've
can-
got I don't want to jinx it, but it's potential that I might be doing this David Lynch miniseries. Crush Favorite Torment.
Ooh,
We'll hold
Um,
now that sounds up your alley.
yeah, it's a Western.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have a sitcom I'm gonna do. They're just putting the funds together now. But I'm gonna play this Jeff Bezos character like a dad to one of the girls, so I'm not a bad guy for once. Hey. And I got a couple other things that have been pitched to me.
And you're going to be the newest audiobook star.
I,
because David's
I
gonna
would
have-
love
Gonna make
to.
that happen.
I would so love to do audiobooks. I really would. Oh my God, that'd be so much fun. I got all the sound equipment too. That'd be great.
Yeah. There
I
we
would
go.
love to do real books. That'd be fun.
I know.
Any other
hey,
questions?
You could read any book. I'd listen.
I'd listen. Oh, all the Mason scenes have aired, correct, sir?
Yes. I believe they cut my last scene.
Oh,
But I don't want to give it away in case they're gonna air it. But I don't think they're gonna air it because they announced I was gone. So I think they made a decision change. All right. And I really, 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 really wanted that to be Mason's final scene because all right, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Frank, don't be mad at me for giving this away. Okay.
He'll never. His eyeballs will never see this.
yeah. No, he doesn't pay attention to us.
Frank knows all. Don't believe I don't. I hear everything. No, I'm just kidding. Dante comes to the room and he comes in and I am like, oh no, I don't want you near me. Police brutality. Go. You're the guy who shot me for no reason. And I'm joking with him. He's like, right, okay, I'll get some witnesses. Comes in and he tells me, okay, that Austin's been shot dead. Now, the actor who plays Dante has worked with Tim Roth. He understood what I meant when I said, can we just play tennis? He said, fuck yeah, do that. So what came out of it is probably the biggest asshole performance of Mason, because when he told me Austin was dead, I looked like it was Christmas in July. Austin's dead? Do you got any suspects? Oh my God, it was such a dick move. When the scene was over, I was like, oh, I could have played it sad. I could have played it like, damn, really? But I literally laughed. It was like, wow, he's dead? Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
oh my
perfect.
God, that would have been such a good scene.
I wish because we've had no resolution. It's been 3 or 4 episodes since Austin's been shot, and we still don't know what's happening.
I don't think they found him.
I don't know either. I just know that Dante's supposed to go into the hospital room and tell me, and then after that, he asked me who we worked for, and we have that conversation, and then he tells me I'm off to Pentonville, and that was going to be the last one. And then they announced 2 days before my birthday that was my last scene. So I guess they had a change in direction. But I really wish y'all would have seen it because it would have been the icing on the cake of being an asshole that my character was. Because we just came up with that on the fly. And I was like, was that too dickish? And Donald would go, that was a strong choice.
No, it's actually perfect. Yeah.
You know, just to be like, no shit. He's dead? You don't say. Oh, no.
So Nathaniel, this is a real left turn question that is a total heartbreaker. Somebody wants to know where you got your jacket that you're wearing.
Oh, this right here, this was a birthday gift.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. And
Yeah,
happy birthday.
And happy
belated-
birthday.
thank you. Yeah, no, it is cute, isn't it?
It is. It's awesome.
Very sharp.
Well, we have enjoyed this so very, very much. David said to me before this happened, he says, Leanne, Nathaniel's going to be great. He is funny. He is sharp. He is conversational. And you stepped up and you did it. That was awesome. Great interview.
Thank you for not proving me a liar.
You still got me that bag of lollipops, so I was nice.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Send them your way.
It was a pleasure. I'm humbled that you guys would ever even want to speak to me.
Oh, of
And
course.
thank you all so much for watching the show. And I'm glad that I did a good job for you.
You
We
did.
have one
Bravo.
person, hold on, one person who wants to say one thing. Let me can you unmute yourself, Jewel?
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I want to thank you for giving Roger excellent scenes. I'm sorry I'm crying because it's very hard for me to let go of Roger from GH. I've been a mess since he left. But I really do want to thank you for giving him the great scenes that you gave him because he deserved it.
No, Rob, wonderful.
Thank you so much for that. You know, that's all I wanted to say.
Thanks, Jewel.
Thanks, Jewel.
She is our #1 Roger fan. So
Yes.
again, thank you so much from us. I hope that you get a chance to come back. We get to see him again. I mean, they really left that door open for you. And I really hope that happens because we have thoroughly enjoyed seeing you on television, and we've enjoyed even more meeting you here. So thank you from all of us.
Thank you. Thank all of you. I really do appreciate it.
And will you let us know if you do get an audiobook gig so we can be sure to listen to it?
Oh, you guys definitely have to download those so I get hired more often.
Oh, one person asked if there was one book that you could read.
Ooh.
What would you read?
But it was already done. But it's my favorite
No, it
book.
doesn't matter if it's already done.
I would like. Let's see here. If I could just pick one. How's this? Give me a book. Are we talking like classics of all time?
No. Like just anything. Like, would you like to read like a Western, or would you like to read like a
Oh no, see, 'cause I was
sci-fi?
thinking particular books. I would do sci-fi like Blade Runner. I would do
Oh,
noir because of my voice. But like if I could read anything, I would love to read Oliver.
You'd be good at Dickens by Nathanyael Grey.
When I'm old, I want to play Fagin.
Oh,
Yeah,
you would be a great Fagin.
I would love that role.
actually, New York City Center just did it, and Fagin was in his early 40s. So
I'm just
you're not,
saying.
you're there.
I
You're in the,
compare
you're
it
in
to
the
Ron
zone.
Moody. I look at the musical, and Ron Moody was Fagin.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, but I'm like, oh God, I would love that. It'd be so much fun. But I mean, I would love to do anything really, like horror. Anything really. I like. As an actor, I believe what we do for a living is vocal.
Mhm.
It really comes from the voice. Everything else is secondary. We don't create characters. We talk for a living. So, since I'm such a vocal person, I mean, audiobooks are just pure fun. I could do multiple voices. I could play different characters all in the same thing from the luxury of my own chair.
Yes. I get it.
We love those gigs. Yeah.
Yeah, someone says they'd like to hear you read The Raven.
Oh, I would be down. I've done that actually. I did that on Clubhouse. So yeah, poems, things like that. I'd read anything, Shit, I'd read The Giving Tree if they'd pay me.
That could be a whole new experience for young children.
That would be definitely different. If my voice was doing The Giving Tree, I don't know if it's scary.
Well, you know how they say some people would listen to someone read the phone book? You're somebody I would listen to read the phone book. So
Appreciate that.
all right, man. Thank you again so
Have
much.
a wonderful evening, and best of luck to you in everything moving forward. Thank you for your time tonight.
You guys, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and have a great Christmas.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye. Good night, everyone.